Hello, movie lovers everywhere. Welcome to another episode of Bad Cinema. And we got a doozy of a one today. We're going to be reviewing Night of the Lepus from 1972, starring Janet Leigh, Rory Calhoun, DeForest Kelly, who you may remember as Bones from Star Trek, um, and Stuart Whitman, I think is his name. A lot of people you'll recognize if you remember the old westerns from the 60s and 50s, especially Rory Calhoun, who also is in the Bad Cinema Hall of Fame uh, for another movie he did called Motel Hell, which is extremely bad too, in poor taste, where they cook people and eat them at barbecue. So Rory Calhoun's no stranger to the B movie. We got Mark here. Let's say hello to the chat. Can't wait break down all this. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I don't know what's going on, man. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I watched a video about people commenting on it, and then I watched the movie, and then I went back and watched some scenes again. I try to break it down, and what I can gather is do not give rabbits hormones. They gave them like super steroid hormones, and they mixed the rabbit up with the original one or something. I can't remember. The girl takes it home. The rabbit gets away. Apparently, it has relations with all the other female rabbits. They turn into, and then very quickly they turn into rabbits the size of wolves that are crazy. They go around or bloodthirsty and kill people like chupacabras or something. Yeah, they're like a lot of actors like you would see like the guest starred on episodes of Kojak or Columbo or something. Yeah, there's a lot of those in that. Yeah, they let the kid just run everywhere. See, that's what you call bad parenting right there, okay? It all could have been avoided if you just like hired a babysitter, right? And they pull her in, and they're in there. They go to that farm with their daughter, and these guys are rounding up rabbits and shooting them all over the place. You think it might not have been a good idea to let your daughter see these people murder the Easter Bunny over and over and over again? I don't know, but see, that's the whole problem with this movie. To start out, is that we're talking about giant bunny rabbits. It's hard to make a bunny rabbit look vicious and evil. I'm sorry, it is. I mean, even if you put a little blood on their bunny teeth, they still look like bunnies. See, I mean, look. Yeah, we were more free range. As Gen X kids, we were more free range kids. Yeah, but it's kind of hard to make the cute little bunnies look vicious, though. I mean, look at that. They still want to say, "Oh, it's a cute little Easter bunny." Now this one's a little bit more scary. This one, like now that one's frightening to me. I don't know that reminds me of the rabbit. You remember the movie The Holy Grail, where the rabbit just comes there and cuts that guy's head off? They're like, "Oh my God, we can't stand another frontal assault." That rabbit is dynamite. All right, and here they are, like just chilling out in this house, eating. And if you notice one thing, they'll have like all these miniatures, and there's a bowl. There's like a soup bowl next to a can of soup, and the can of soup is bigger than the bowl. Oh God! Here they are running through a miniature town. Of course, they what they did was basically they just had bunny rabbits run through miniatures of this town. There's a bloody bunny rabbit. Now that would be kind of freaky. He's still cute, even with blood on his face, though. You see what I'm saying? Now this one they nailed. They nailed this one perfectly, though. He's got like wolf fangs and stuff, man. That trips me out. There they are. That's I guess a painting they did for the poster, Night of the Lepus. And they didn't want to reveal what it was because Lepus is like I think Latin for rabbit. Here they are running, just You got cute little bunny rabbits running everywhere. Here they are just chilling in the bar. Look at the pool hall. Just chilling. Just chilling. They look pretty content just to be sitting there. I don't know. I don't think they're really trying to bother anybody. Yeah, they had movies about like like Piranha Attack, Shark Attack, yeah, Killer Bees, the Grizzly. Remember Grizzly? There was a movie called Grizzly. Cujo. Well, I think it was the early '80s though, but still like a dog, your pet turning on you. They had a lot of these movies, even the '60s, like the Birds. The fear of nature turning on us type thing. A lot of that stuff in the '70s, especially though, like a lot of they're going to be doing these experiments, or like even not just like animal stuff. It could be like the China syndrome. Everybody was worried about like the China syndrome, where like if a nuclear reactor melts down, it could go through the earth and just melt right through it, or something like that. Was the China, like all the way to China, literally. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of miniature work to do out there. Let's watch this. Let's see if we can watch the trailer. I don't have much luck with this, but if it kicks me out, just be patient. I will be back. I might be able to play it just for a minute. I have some clips too, so. Oh, do I have the clips? I have plenty of clips. All right, that might help. We might be able to do this. We gotta get that fly. Somebody's let a fly in the house. Ugh.
What happened? That night science made its greatest mistake.
I don't think it's working. All right, never mind. We got clips of it though. We got clips. We got plenty. All right. We'll watch some clips. I'll read the Wikipedia page. How about that? I know they probably. I mean, these poor old animals. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I mean, I don't think they could make this movie. There's like one of the movies where they finally changed things. Was called Heaven's Gate. There was a movie called Heaven's Gate. They had Chris Christopherson and Christopher Walken in it, and they killed actual chickens in the scene, and they got a lot of deep shit for that. And that was like when they started putting more regulations on it, because he had them actually kill chickens like live on film and stuff, and like this animal rights group got all fussy about it, which rightfully so. And yeah, I don't know. All they did was like probably go somewhere and hurt up a bunch of rabbits, and they probably got a bunch from like pet shops and stuff. And it's probably to tell them what happened to them after they used them in this movie. Probably all ended up dead, because I don't think the life expectancy of rabbits very high. But okay, Night of the Lepus is also known as Rabbits, is a 1972 American science fiction horror film directed by William F. Claxton and produced by A.C. Lyles, based on Russell Brandon's 1964 science fiction novel, The Year of the Angry Rabbit. The plot concerns the infestation of mutated rabbits. Yes, you heard that right. Oh, did they? I didn't know that. That's a shame. Yep. I know they spray painted them. I didn't know it affected one of them. That's bad. Yeah, they like in the early '80s and '70s, you could get away with about anything with animals, unfortunately. Okay, okay, widely panned by critics for its silly premise, poor direction, stilted acting, and bad special effects. The film's biggest failure is considered to be the inability to make the rabbits seem any scary at all. You know, it's just Night of the Lepus has since gained cult status for its laughably poor quality. You know, a lot of these people in the movie, like Stuart Whitman, Janet Leigh, Roy Calhoun, DeForest Kelly, they probably just needed a paycheck. I mean, you know, you get what you sometimes actors take what jobs they can get. So it starts out with rancher Cole Hillman. He seeks the help of college president Elgin Clark to combat thousands of rabbits that have invaded the area. And there's like a news story opens up the first of it, talking about how New Mexico and Arizona are being overrun with a rabbit population and they don't know what to do. They have invaded the area after their natural predators, the coyotes, were killed off. So like all the coyotes were gone. So they let the rabbits run free. That's why you got to like be conservative about nature and stuff. You got to conserve it, because if one population gets out of whack, that's why they have like deer hunting season. If not, there would be a lot of disease. Hey, Kenneth Bird's in the house. How you doing? Well, I mean, that's why they do it. I mean, a lot of deer, if you have too many deer, it spreads fleas and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I mean, you're right with the cards they were dealt, you know. And I thought it was cool to see Dr. McCoy from Star Trek in there. He's been in a lot of TV shows and movies. He was like on episodes of Bonanza and Gunsmoke. I know a lot about Gunsmoke because my dad loves Gunsmoke. All right. I actually like Gunsmoke too. I'm not going to lie. So anyway, he didn't want to use cyanide, right? So he texts his buddies like, well, one is injected with a new serum believed to cause birth defects. However, the Bennett's daughter Amanda loves the injected rabbit, so she switches it with one from the control group. Amanda is then given the injected rabbit as a pet, but then it soon escapes. It doesn't escape. Her little butthole brother, or whatever he was, lets it escape. So that's what happened there. It ran in a rabbit hole. While inspecting the rabbit's old burrowing areas, Cole and the Bennetts find a large, unusual animal track. Meanwhile, Cole's son, Jackie, and Amanda go to the gold mine. Okay, it was her son. It was the other. Okay, it was like her friend. Oh, not much of a friend, but yeah, the little kid was a bastard. Okay. Yeah, they were like, especially DeForest Kelly. He'd been in so many westerns, and Rory Calhoun. I can't even name, but like they're recognizable to me immediately because of my dad. I used to watch every Sunday. We'd have to watch a bunch of westerns. Anyway, so they go to a gold mine to visit Jackie's friend Billy, but they find him missing. They go in the cave and there's a bunch of bloodthirsty rabbits. Yes, you heard me right. Bloodthirsty rabbits have killed Billy. And they killed a truck driver. They killed a family out picnicking. They're wreaking havoc throughout the Southwest. Electrify the railroad track, right? The fence to contain the kill rabbits. They recruit a group of people at a drive-in. This is not a joke. The sheriff actually pulls up to a drive-in theater, and he's only been there like 5 minutes. He just starts talking on the microphone saying, hey, we need all your help to herd a bunch of bloodthirsty rabbits down by the train tracks. Who's in? And apparently everybody was like, this movie must have been really bad because everybody at the movie's like, oh, okay. Yeah, let's go round up some bloodthirsty killer rabbits. This movie sucks. I just don't make it make sense. Yeah, you're right. And they're like, the kids are like, Daddy, Mommy, look what we're doing. And they're like, shut up, kid, go play in the gold mine. This is so 70s to me. That's so early 70s. What up, Jay? It's so early 70s for them to do that, though. Like, yeah, go on, kids. Go to that abandoned gold mine and leave us the fuck alone. All right, the thousands of rabbits make their way into the trap. They are then shot and electrocuted. At the film's end, Cole tells Roy that normal rabbits as well as coyotes have returned to the ranch. Oh, so that normal rabbits and coyotes have returned, and all is right with nature once again. The script of Night of the Lepus was based upon an Australian author, Russell Braddon's science fiction novel, The Year of the Angry Rabbit from 1964. A.C. Lyles, known primarily for producing Western films. There you go. That's why you got a lot of people right there, because he was a producer of a bunch of Western films. So that's the first actress he thought of. He thought he would make Night of the Lepus his first and only science fiction movie. To craft the film, he pulled together people he had worked with on other Westerns, exactly. Gene R. Kearney and Don Holliday were tasked with converting the novel to a screenplay. In doing so, they removed nearly all aspects of the novel, which was a black comedy, the pilot of which focused on Australia dominating the world with a super weapon inadvertently created through the rabbits, and moved its setting from Australia to Arizona. Physical photography took place at Old Tucson Studios in Tucson, Arizona, a site well known for its use in Western pictures. Filming commenced at the end of January 1972 and concluded in early March. According to Turner Classic Movies, David Kellett, director Claxton also came from a Western film background. In directing Night of the Lepus, he applied the same techniques used in other films and declined to use any of the standard horror effects that would have enhanced the atmosphere, such as canted camera angles, dark shadows, and eerie music. Rory Calhoun was cast as rancher Cole Hillman, whose ranch would be the start of the rabbit explosion. Well known for his Western work, Lepus put him in an unfamiliar territory as it was his first science fiction role. However, he found a familiarity in Western film trappings for his role as a rancher. Janet Leigh, also you may know, is the mother of Jamie Lee Curtis. She played Jerry Bennett. She accepted the role because filming was close to home, allowing her to travel on weekends and allowing her family to visit her on the set. Though she felt the script read well, she declined to allow her two children to play minor roles, as she did not want them to see or be part of any of a horror film. In hindsight, a dashed hope is regarding her daughter was in Halloween. She said that she later reflected on the film, said it was impossible to make a bunny rabbit menacing. She later reflected, no one put a gun to my head and said I had to do it. What no one realized was that no matter what you do, a bunny rabbit is a bunny rabbit. A rat that can be menacing, so can a frog, spiders, or scorpions, or alligators. They could all work in that situation, and they have. But a bunny rabbit? How could you make a bunny rabbit menacing? The rifleman actor Paul Fix was given the role of the sheriff of the town under siege, while DeForest Kelley, who frequently guest starred in westerns, was cast as Elgin Clark, the college president, who asked researchers to try to stop the rabbits. Here we go. Here's the thing about the rabbit. The domesticated rabbits used differed greatly in appearance from the wild rabbits that were plaguing the Southwest at the time in Night of the Lepus. This was explained by stating that they were descended from recent rabbit farm escapees. To depict the rabbit attacks, a combination of techniques were used. For some scenes, the rabbits were filmed in a close-up, stomping on miniature structures in slow motion. For attack scenes, they had ketchup smeared on their faces. For others, human actors were shown wearing rabbit costumes. The movie was originally titled Rabbits, but Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer changed the title and avoided including any rabbits in most of the promotional materials to try to keep the featured mutant creatures a secret. However, the studio itself broke the secret by issuing rabbits food-themed promotional material prior to the release. In July of 72 issue of the New York Times magazine, Vincent Canby wrote, "It was not an especially memorable movie, that it was typical for the genre of science fiction horror, and that it failed because the rabbits, despite attempts to make them appear huge and scary, still look like Easter bunnies." In the 1972, October 1972, fellow critic Roger Greenspun panned it for not even reasonably trying to make the rabbits scary. Its reliance on tired cliches of monsterdom, technical laziness in its special effects, and stupid story, dumb direction that leaves the film in limbo between horror film and fairy tale. God. They might have. It's like a little too, like, it's like a red paint blood is what it is. It's, yeah, the drive-in does say, yeah, they were plugging their own studio right there. It does say at the drive-in, MGM Studios. Retrospective, Jeremy Wheeler felt the film was all good, unintentionally campy fun and silly to its core, noting that special effects were obvious. It's the dialogue is heinous. They did the best of what they had. But there you go. That's the details on Night of the Lepus. Now we got a few clips that we're going to inadvertently play here. You see, like, this is what we meant by the rabbits just not looking intimidating. I mean, they don't. Let's be honest. But this is what bad cinema is all about. This movies like this. All right, let's see what we got here. I got some clips.
You know what we need is a fence about 10 miles long and 20 feet high.
10 miles long or 20 feet high. All right, we'll play some more clips here. This is the first that when they're like, she's mixing up the rabbit, the rabbits, you know, she wants to take the rabbit, the bad rabbit, home with her.
What's the matter with him, Mommy?
Well, we were trying to make Jack a little more like Jill and Jill a little more like Jack. So...
Make Jill a little
They're
more.
as big as wolves. Look just as vicious. Nobody will believe.
They're as big as wolves and just as vicious. Look at this, look at this, look at this.
They're as big as wolves. Look just as vicious.
But just as vicious.
By introducing them into areas infected with mosquitoes, they'll be able to do the same job that DDT does without the side effects.
So they're basically like wanting to do like to change the hormones so they don't bang as much, basically. But they screw it up somehow and they turn them into bloodthirsty rabbits the size of wolves. These suckers were huge, I'm telling you.
We must be in a half a mile by now. And they seem to be moving away from us.
It's crazy. Yeah. No, it's Stewart. I don't know if it's the same guy. It might be him. But it's got a lot of these actors in it. I can't remember that actor's name that played Roscoe P. Coltrane. Yeah, Janet Leigh wouldn't make it today, I guess. I mean, for that kind of thing. Like, oh no, she's talking about gender. Oh my God. Here we go. We got some more Janet Leigh here.
Rabbits aren't exactly Roy's bag.
Cole Hillman's.
So rabbits aren't exactly Roy's bag. It does look. No, it's not James Best. It's this guy's name's Stuart Whitman. I think it's his name. Yeah, it looks like him though. It looks like him. We got some more here with McCoy. Dr. Bones is in the house.
Hello, Jerry. Come in. Come in, Jerry.
This is Alger.
Yes, over.
Look, we've got 3 holes about set to dynamite. Have they come out of there yet?
It's Dr. McCoy, man. It's my boy Bones.
This time of the year.
Might be another way to whip this problem, Cole.
How?
Hormones. Which
Hormones. Hormones. Is that? He said what he's talking about. He's like, oh yeah, they might change their hormones. Yeah, you probably get canceled for this kind of science today. I don't know. This is kind of weird. But this is like 1972, so they're just like, shooting from the hip, probably done a lot of cocaine when they were writing this movie. Let's be honest. I think a lot of bad cinema begins with a pile of cocaine. Trust me, there's a lot of bad decisions could be made. I don't know. That's just what I assume. It just caused more trouble than it would. Do you see the one when he hits the rabbit there? It's a guy in a bunny suit. Yeah, it's pretty out there. We got a few more clips to play.
left or right?
Right.
Look at the vicious rabbits coming to get him. You see, like, how can you be intimidated of that? Look at this.
Left or right?
Right.
I remember me and my cousin Brian watching this movie, and it's like, what the hell? We were young, and even then I thought it was kind of stupid. But and then I remember showing it to my friend Mark Hunley, and he said, "Oh my God, I had a dream about that one night." So it really freaked him out. So he actually had a dream about giant bunny rabbits with fangs. So, and they talk about it in that movie, Natural Born Killers. There's like I think they play a clip from the movie.
Ma'am, we gotta get out of here. They ain't coming out of that mine alive.
Oh, yes, they are. Oh, yes.
We got to get out of here. I'm with him. Any situation like that, I'm like, I got to get out of here. Yeah. Yeah, the guy in the suit is just hilarious. Like, yeah, this is something I used to watch like on TBS, like on the weekend or like something, like 2:00 in the day, after the cartoons went off. And this something like this would be on like TNT or something. They were good for showing stuff like this on TNT. We got some more clips here. We'll play.
There they are! Fire! 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 There's some more!
That's the National Guard after them now. They still can't bring these damn rabbits down to save their life. And the one that they crash to the diner and they kill that one woman and she's screaming. And she's dead, but she's still screaming. Ah. They go, this sounds like the sky. And they made it sound like a lion was roaring when it ate her. I'm like, what the hell?
Sounds like they're right around that corner.
Don't you? The whole place might come down to this.
Yeah, they kind of shoot it like a Western. Well, I mean, think about it. It's like a herd of stampeding rabbit.
Oh, boy. Easy. Easy. Hey, watch out there, Frank. Judd, take it easy.
The horses did not. Horse does not want to do something that's not going to do it. We got it. We'll just play a few more clips. We got some more funny clips of these rabbits everywhere. Just a couple more.
Oh,
Run! Run!
Right.
The horde is entering your perimeter. They're heading straight toward you, between the cars and the track.
So they're like trying to get them to go to the tracks, right, to electrocute them. They've electrified the track for the whole, and it's supposed to keep them at bay long enough they can just shoot them while they're trapped in the electric fence. And if that kid says, "Mommy, one more time," I was going to pull my hair out. I just don't like the way she says it. Help me, Mommy. Ugh.
What are we gonna do, Mommy?
Oh, don't worry, sweetheart. We'll be all right.
We'll be all right. Just a couple of killer bunny rabbits from outer space. Oh my God! Do you think they had a lot of rabbit stew after this? Like a lot of like. I mean, they probably had a lot of leftover rabbit. I'm just wondering if they let it all go to waste or they just had some stewed rabbit. I don't know. Yeah, can you imagine? Well, we better bring in. They'd have to bring in like the backhoes, like dig a big hole and just dump them in it. Yeah, it'd be nasty. Yeah, like somewhere just ran off into the plains. You wouldn't have seen him. You could just go off into the plains and live, and nobody would even know. Arizona's a big state, a lot of desert. You'd think they would be able to get away for a while. I don't know, but this movie's interesting. This movie was meant to be for bad cinema for sure. I don't know what else to say about it. I don't recommend it as a scary horror movie, but I do recommend it as I mean, you'll laugh if you watch this. Don't watch this alone. Preferably watch it with some people after you're having a few beers with some friends. Watch it as a lark. This is the kind of movie that is. It's like, and you're like, oh, I recognize that person. It's kind of like you see like these familiar faces from TV from yesteryear. Like DeForest Kelly, who was Dr. McCoy on Star Trek. Or like Rory Calhoun was in so many westerns. I'm insane. I don't know how many westerns that guy was in. But he's also in two of the Hall of Fame movies for bad cinema: Motel Hell and Night of the Lepus. Yeah, it's a bad movie. Yeah, the special effects are bad. The plot is unbelievable. It's not even in fantasy. It's hard to make a bunny rabbit look intimidating and scary. But it's just a fun, wild ride. I mean, it's funny. And yeah, I'd like to hear about a behind-the-scenes making. I mean, that would be interesting. I just like to know what was like the thought process. Like, I mean, all these actors say what they want, but we know why they did it. They did it because they wanted to get some money. I don't blame them. It's a job. That's their job. They act for money. Like it's like I always say it. I've said this quote on this show 100 times. Michael Caine was asked about his thoughts on Jaws 4: The Revenge that he was in, which is the worst Jaws movie out of all of them, no doubt, hands down. There's no contest. He said, I have fond memories of that movie because it paid for my mom's house. So it's just a gig, Yeah, I don't know how the hormones would make rabbits into bloodthirsty carnivores. I guess they just had to have it so bad they wanted to kill over it. I don't know. It's a good question, though. But yeah, I recommend this movie if you just want to have fun. On the bad movie meter, I give it a 5 out of 5. And I actually recommend to watch it with some friends because it's fun. That's what these movies are for, to watch with friends and make fun of how stupid it is. So that's it for the review. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you're watching the replay, thank you. Hit the like button if you can on the way out. Really helps the algorithm. Well, I don't know if it does or not, but it'll raise my self-esteem about a quarter of an inch. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like I said, oh yeah, before we go, I might as well reveal what's going to be good cinema this week. So this will be Friday at 12:30 Eastern. The Departed will be the for this episode of Good Cinema, starring Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg, Martin Sheen, and a host of others. I think Anthony Anderson's in this movie. But anyway, it's one of those movies that's just, I don't know. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. So be there for that. And of course, we got the Sunday Super Show extravaganza on Sundays. I haven't got everything else programmed for the week yet, but I do have comic conversations tomorrow with Bleecker Street Comics. So tune in for that. And just remember before I go, yeah, a lot of heavy hitters in that one. Yeah, it's a fun one. I don't know what I will announce later what the next week's will be. I don't know yet, but I'm the wheels are turning. But thanks for watching, everybody. All right, well, I can't wait for y'all to be here to watch it, man. Mark, thanks for watching. All right, and remember what I always say: just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good.
Come, son of Jarrell! Kneel before Zod! Snoochie boochies.